They're on a flyer. I can't believe it. You know, they had 7 out of 8 wins on Mirage in the last month, up until the shortcomings versus Old Aurora, and now yesterday versus FURIA. So, I mean, do you think they have any chance at actually winning the series, Mo?
I just want to say it's nice to have a Polish team in general. It was nice to have Polish players bouncing around.
G2 are going to have a Polish roster by the sound of things. So, anyway, look, I'll let you do your thing. We'll catch you later, brother. Have a great cast.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe in a few months, G2 are 100% Polish. But then maybe Apogee are better.
I mean, they are the tier 2 super team after all.
Polish for longer.
Yeah, they're gonna be swinging. That much is for damn sure. And I think, listen, I think this is a do or die for Astralis. I think the context has to be emphasized. This was an Astralis that felt destined for the major guaranteed. We have Cadian having his career worst event most recently, and then due to that, now they're going into the MRQ and facing an Apogee today. So Astralis, you just expect more from them. I think that's... Oh my god, Device. You got a little lean going here with your Berettas, brother. Fight up into the connector in the post plant. And the numbers battle starts to get taken back to the favor of Apogee. Oh, okay, hold on.
Ooh. Nice shot.
Easy headshot, huh? Just absolutely owns the ticket peak. Gets a return favor back from Cadian. 1v3 attempt here in the pistol with the smoke forward, but won't go for it because he doesn't have the time. So, see ya. And that's going to be pistol round, Apogee, T-side, Mirage.
That was excellent. From the perspective of shots getting hit, they missed their smoke a little bit inside of connector, but there were just so many players coming over top of stairs. I think they weren't extremely worried about that situation going wrong. Huffa with the first shot out of Palace. And Mirage is an interesting place to go, especially with their best map open till the very end. They kind of got a great veto because of it. And, well, now we'll find out if they can even win Mirage as well. Have they just really got their cake and ate it at 2?
I think it must be trying to tap into the recent success of Mirage during March. Surely that's the plan. Prism recuperating from what was a sketchy start to this one. That scout frag from Device sets a tone, and then Apogee's able to set the tempo. Another Mac 10 kill out of Prism. He goes 3 on the round. This one through the smoke. So
a big moment for Stair, actually.
We need to see him. He'll be flanking up behind Huffa and takes his time with it, gets the kill guarantee. The first of the 2v4, but that ain't pretty, folks. Smokes himself off, grabs the Galil instead because it feels like that's his consolation prize. Another retake that they have to walk away from.
That looked pretty great from Apogee, to be honest. The follow-through was excellent, but it was really how fast the scaling was with the flashes that came out. Everything was pretty standard. I think what needed to be noted was the speed. A player top balcony and bottom balcony blind at the exact time, with enough time for the Mac 10 player to kill both. So I love the follow-through here. This is looking pretty fresh. And again, in Poland, we haven't had too many other teams to talk about besides the old Virtus.pro. You know, like Kingwin and lineups with players that got mixed into Virtus.pro, but it's one of the biggest regions in Counter-Strike in terms of player bases, but hasn't been represented by tier 1 teams besides that original Virtus.pro lineup.
Yeah, I come from a time where there was always an all-Polish roster floating around, you know, the E-battles. The once upon a times. Cadian to give himself a flash here. And we see this fast scramble out of Astralis back behind Ticket. There's the M4 frag. Can't be forgotten. There's 2 rifles out here on the field, but remaining adamant are Apogee into A again. Demo connects onto Stair. Pressure comes through from Cadian, but it's only Jabby and down to collect with the Deagles. 1 apiece. AKs move forward. And again, I think a little risky in that they're running into this A site with conviction, but they're pulling it off despite the best efforts here of Astralis. We'll see if the guns will deter them, but a 3-0 start looks great for the underdogs.
They do have their priorities in order. Let's get the bomb down, get the kills, get across the site. They make sure they do everything while their utility's still active, which is the one red thread at the moment that seems to be bringing Apogee success. But now here comes the op from Device. Uh-oh, that's a mistake. Cadian jumped and thought he saw something, but...
Bit late to the party there on the climb up. Hypex.
And they won't rush it. They weren't ready to actually exec with the bomb far back. Jabby gets tagged. And then we have no A-lurker yet on this round, so I think they were just, you know, hoping that Hypex could find an opening, but I don't think we're really ready to move off of that. No lurk out of Palace. Even though they are working on mid control. Yeah, still a good looking map here for Apogee.
Second layer of this cat play looking to come through, but Demo didn't waste a second with that one now, did he?
Baby.
Prism eyes on Cat. 3 players up on the other half of the A site. A lot of the attention of Astralis taken towards middle. Demo wants to disengage from it.
Now they know they can go out. There's two spotted.
They jump down on it, and so we get that exit. Bomb still yet to cross over. Looking to lay down smokes to just give them that cover to guarantee positioning. Device, though. That's going to shut down the Palace play. Hypex goes for the plant, covered here by Jacob. You've got that top stairs player caught off, but still standing, and Device is not missing these op shots. Not given a chance as Hypex, and Demo not able to get into this bomb site in time to stop it. Apogee's 4th round slips through their hands, thanks to some critical shots here from Device.
Yeah, that's the most important part of the round for sure for Astralis. Without the CT control and Device's first frag, it doesn't feel like they could ever get this retake started. It was really perfect movement from Apogee to come up out of a ramp when they got that info. There was one on Cat, one connector. I don't think they had info on all 3. But this round is won from a 4v5 for Astralis. And we immediately go into a pause here. Don't know if it's a tech.
It is indeed.
Apogee's aim looks great, though.
First round that Huffa gets shut down in Palace. It's been quite a nuisance. Deep breaths. It's a big moment, I think, at a 1-1 game versus an Astralis that has looked mortal as of late.
He just has Italian food as tattoos. He's got the fork with the spaghetti, and he's got some peppers on there.
Okay. It's a look.
Italian food tattoos. I love that.
Okay. The gabagool right here.
Yeah, where's the ziti?
Commendatore. I was thinking back on all the Polish teams that we've seen try to break through throughout Counter-Strike's history, Mohan.
What else you got?
Wisla Krakow.
Oh, yeah.
A team that tried in Katowice not too long ago.
9.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah,
I kind of forgot about that whole project. The Illuminar Gaming.
Oh, right.
ESC Gaming.
Oh, yeah.
AGO Esports. Anonimo Esports.
Anonimo Nip. Who remembers
Thunder Flash.
Okay, I don't remember Thunder Flash.
XCOM Team.
I can kind of remember XCOM Team.
Los Cogutos.
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, for the longest time, I thought they were Brazilian.
Yeah.
That's the aim you're talking about. Demo insta-kill into connector. Sitting in the fire, though. These ones critical. So the double of Device last round is what brings it back. We go into the double op setup here for Astralis in the 5th round of play. Not wasting time to shake things up. Prism feeling the pressure of the utility top middle, but he tries to puff his chest a bit and give it right back. Mac-10 spam, Apogee sensing an opening on B early. Device hit by a flash temporarily, loses down, sitting right in front of him to the Galil at this distance. That's a nice AK upgrade for Jacob, and the flood out from the apartments right there behind him. Secondary op able to find its angle. Huffa able to stop the back market exit, and so now do you really chance this with the double ops out there? Stair sticks around for a second, and now you've got Cadian and Device on catwalk with 2 ops, so they will transition to the save. Apogee sense a weakness early on that B site and seize the opportunity.
We saw the 5v4 pick that they got in the previous round. This round, you see there's 2 players on cat. And there's actually a couple moments here where Astralis still can perform the retake, but then you see Device's teammate dies right beside him on cat before the exec comes in. Then you see Jabby die at the same time. As soon as they're trying to reorganize in all these small moments, Apogee are happy to take duels, and that's been the big thing for them. They've been very sharp about it. They run around a lot. They've exposed themselves to some angles that Astralis could punish them in, but they're also just pretty quick about making those decisions, and I think that's been a real threat to Astralis, who are trying to keep a structured situation in each of these rounds. This might be a matter of stamina and youth.
The battle of the tier 2 super teams.
Richard stole my joke, man.
Yeah.
I had that one.
Yeah, that's true. Mohan said, let me have the intro. I've got this. The tier 2 Danish super team. Again, I think they need to rebound after their outing in Lisbon, or lack of outing rather, cut down in Copenhagen before they even got to the big show. Career lowest performance for Cadian. But it's not him underperforming at the start of this one.
Yeah.
Although he did get clipped trying to climb up in the B apartments, and maybe that was what let Apogee sense a timing at the start of those rounds. But again, double op saved, so Astralis just deleted. Yeah. Oh, just deleted.
Going.
Jacob, those are the headshots we're looking for, but a third layer to this defense. The beauty of it is it's not an all-in from Apogee. It's just one guy walking out ramp. If this was meant to be the fake, could you have asked for anything better? Mac-10 at this range versus Cadian's op. Who do you think you are? You'll get the headshot. Cadian kills a teammate up in front of him. Jabby tries to slide forward with the deagle. Apogee won't waste their time nor energy.
Any hit there actually makes it a 2v2. Ooh, we missed that. We got to watch back the Jacob highlights. That was nasty. Takes out Device on top of stairs. And did Device have an op as well?
Yes. It was the 2 ops saved from last round.
Saved. Oof. They probably thought they had a chance to win this round.
They thought they had a chance at winning this match. Apogee have other ideas.
We must apogelize right now.
Oh, keep cooking.
There's something here, you know, Polish team, Apogee, Maui, apologize.
Yeah.
We're gonna get close to something.
Is the strategy today to, cook out the idea and then present it fully fleshed out, or are we just going to throw things at the wall until it sticks?
Well, as soon as they have their big moment, we'll have cooked it up.
Okay.
In games like this.
Okay.
It's still early, right? So not everybody's going to know that we're about to say it twice.
That's true.
Sometimes it's nice to break the fourth wall in the morning.
That's true. If you're tuning in today, right here, right now, it's because you truly love Counter-Strike.
That's right.
What were they missing?
Missing grenades, Astralis, missing the top boxes, Molly, and not even playing into mid at all. We've got an A stack early preemptive here from Astralis.
I think it makes sense with the amount of love Apogee have been given A out of the gate. They tried to go into that B site with the back-to-back hits, but
haven't they been kind of even-handed in that sense? It could be a read, but we've seen them just take the fight to Cadian twice now.
Yeah. It feels like a read that's maybe a couple rounds too late.
And look, the B split's coming in. It's just Device here. It's a perfect time to go. There's no one on Cat, no one in ladder room, and they get a connector kill. Device has to do it all.
Dude, Jacob's first kills have been great. Stown, there's the answer. He gets a double while we watch this Device hold on the apartments. Despite Device working on his own, that's bombed down out in middle. So Stown does some heavy lifting.
Oh man, Device slightly missed this.
Huffa able to catch him with an off angle. Things are going to get weird here for Astralis. Stare, though, on the recovery. Could get clipped crossing bench. Will. Hypex, first frag of the 1v3, and with that comes space. Not to mention the Molotov to give him a bit of timing. We get that fast move from the player in market. Cadian tries to tease him as if the pressure's on now. Not the case. He comes out slowly, and it gets scoped in on here by Hypex.
Oh.
Timing out of Stown. Critical round for Stown. Triple kills key. That's Astralis' second, thanks to this guy.
So that might be something CS2 that he did on the ace side. I think they might have broken open the connector smokes to see on Cat. There were smoke icons in the kill feed, but sometimes they just show up. But considering there were so many players there, that must have been the protocol. Got to assume, unless they really got 2 lucky spams in a row. So solid round from Astralis to support Device without actually being able to get over here. Oh no, these are fights in front of the smoke, just on Cat. Did they smoke Cat out of spawn to make it look like an A split? Because I don't think, because Device didn't smoke Cat, did he?
No, I don't think so.
Ooh, okay. No, maybe they overcooked that one then.
Back to A, though. This is where we saw Astralis stack up 1 round prior, and there are 4 players nearby if needed. A lot of utility getting dumped down towards bottom middle behind the sides of smoke. There's a big question mark bottom mid here for Astralis to handle. Oh, again, dude, Jacob's headshots instantaneous. But Jabby is this layered defense with Stare serving distractions from down beneath Palace. The pressure from top Tetris meant to survive. And Stown's here as well. Op shot out of Hypex. Huffa out of Palace once more. They whittle this back down to the 2v2. They've got a chance to disengage if they choose to. Look at that radar and check out the deaths just stacked up inside this A site.
It's an important moment to actually pause here. For the CTs, you can start to work on a flank. You know this is going to slow down, but with the amount of time left over, Hypex can actually clear this out properly. Oh, and Stown still gets the kill. Very careful approach. Bomb left in a weird position. Stown will have to forfeit it, though. Now, this could mean that Huffa follows him, or it's Astralis who assume that they'll take a lot more time. I mean, I like this move from Stown, just multiplying his presence, coming back to connector. But I think now Huffa will know they're playing together.
Down to 25 seconds. Op comfortable on the angle. Huffa's going to have to shake him out of it somehow, and it's not going to happen. Cadian stoic, sits comfortably with Stown up in front of him. Again, very mobile Stown, very impactful Stown in these back-to-back Astralis round wins.
Yeah, pretty damn well played, and I think he kept in the back of his mind that someone could come and clear the flank, so he's lucky the Op had such low HP. But this sight hit looked pretty scary for a second when Device died in CT to that first peak.
Dude, Jacob's headshots.
Yeah, he's solid.
Now he kind of highlighted his micro adjustments when he feels uncomfortable, still lands shots, but these have just been well placed.
It's an anti-ego.
Jabby decides to go up catwalk. We've got Device inside of the marketplace. That's at least a bit of footing. Apogee are going to try to just jump down on this. Even a bomb plant here could be considered a small win. Definitely not the hardware to hold on in the post plant, but a little bit of extra cash perhaps. Secured. Now things start to get weird with the Glock kills. You're kidding. It's not over the line just yet. USP out from market. This is not comfortable. Triple Glock kill coming in from Apogee. Astralis, you have let this happen. Again, it's all about getting over the line. Quadruple Glocks. And Stare tries to just press up onto the bomb, but AK in hand here from Prism.
Oh, that's such a mess.
No way.
Oh, that's such a mess. Astralis, what are you doing? Why are you playing no one in B on an anti-eco? No one in the back of the site. They played all towards mid. You can double up on Cap, but you could literally lose to a single smoke or flash, and they actually won this one with nothing. Apogee can't believe their eyes.
It's not even like the first defender gives them a gun and then the AK racks up headshots. Quadruple.
Was this the first time they've rushed B?
Quadruple Glock kills.
I mean, that's not great.
Yikes. That's a tough pill to swallow.
It's also not the first time Astralis lost because they had that same setup, so, well, that should be the ultimate punishment. I'd assume that changes the way they're going to play now.
Remember that one, folks. Round 9, full eco. And it forces limitations into the hands of Astralis for the 10th. Two heroic moments out of Stown to give Astralis their second and third rounds. Apogee all over them at the moment.
See if Astralis keep pushing. Maybe they catch a timing. Prism showing the side of his body.
Lineup's good. Stown trying to be the savior yet again with that FAMAS. We get this exit out of the ramp. Bomb in the backdrop. M4 is going to collect its one. Stown still of 2 mines here with the upgrade from the first kill he's managed this round. And Prism crossing over as the smoke now starts to fade. Looking for that catwalk contact. He'll get what he's looking for. Good repositioning here from Prism to keep Stown's attention.
That was excellent.
And that is going to be Apogee post-plant 3v1. Just as he turns as well, Prism trying to come back at this. And he's going to find his timing not once, but twice in this one.
That was an excellent move.
Lurking out of Prism here.
That was, I mean, he was just working that whole time, right? He was spotted, got off to a new spot, still took care of anyone coming off of Cat. Made a mess there for Stown, who was waiting for him, but obviously didn't wait quite long enough. All this to draw a distraction as those teammates come out of the A main. Am I crazy? Do we still have the TAC music playing?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, okay. It's chill though.
Yeah, man, just hanging out, dude. The hell, Launders? Why'd you ruin it?
Yeah, my jazz music stops.
It's coffee and Counter-Strike.
Starting to see how Apogee pulled off a run at this tournament.
Prism above and beyond at the moment, the 12 and 4. And they're going to find a completely vacant A site to most likely collect an 8th round on the T side. It's actually a great game for Apogee in the sense that you secure the 2-1 Swiss record. You give yourself 3. Hold on.
Don't cello it.
Everything good?
And this is on one of their middling maps. It's crazy. The veto's set up to win for Apogee, not just to pick off the first map and then see what happens.
Nope. Clean as can be. 8th round for Apogee. Not even a contest.
Great half here for Apogee. They really showed off. Apogee is some kind of spearhead or the name of a rocket.
Risky's down. Yeesh, that's not the prettiest start to the round, but they try to capitalize on the fallback. Prism. Nice second kill, considering he had to really throw himself there so that the one death underpass didn't go down in vain.
Yeah, he collected himself pretty quickly. Now Huffa shows that he's here. Drops off from the stairs. Device holding back.
Huffa lets him know he's got wind of this. He doesn't know for certain, but that's going to actually activate Device. Huffa not expecting that disrespect to kind of come his direction. Device looking to get this done before the rotation comes through, but he welcomes the spam through the smoke.
Careful, Cadian.
Nah, he's stomping, but so is Hypex. But the difference is it's a pistol in the hand of one and a knife in the hand of the other.
Oh, he got too excited.
2 versus 1 for Apogee, despite low health here to close out this T side. 9-3 on the cards. And they double back.
Yeah, pull the rotation back. Jabby's going to B. This buys some time. If they come out of Palace, it's going to be like at least another 15 seconds. But for the moment, Jabby's just going to be thinking, are they walking? And he picks to play essentially in the middle of the map.
Demo puts a bit of distance between him and the more health Hypex.
And they've already crossed the CT spawn.
Yeah, he's just got to be careful on the cross back, but they'll put a smoke down in front of Khan. Jabby gets in front of it with ease. Still has a bit of cover, knows the 2 positionings of Apogee's players, and this is ambitious. Demo's going for that wrap around jungle, which means Hypex cannot afford to die.
Yeah, that's smart. 15 seconds on a clock like this. It's a fresh smoke, too.
Go ahead and sit inside of it. Jabby uses this chance to clear out Ticket. Now he'll start to piece together that flank back round, but Hypex emerges, and that is just clean as can be from Apogee. You just minimize the likelihood of losing that by keeping your heads tucked, working it together, putting gaps between yourself and Hypex. Demo, sweet move and not even needed. Would have gotten weird as well because bombs planted default, so you just make Jabby.
Yeah, there's definitely some situations where like going into a smoke sacks the round for your teammates and can be just sort of a gimmicky play, but that's a moment where 15 seconds is more precious to Jabby. And he, of course, on low HP, it really validates that play.
Stan's got disbelief in his eyes.
I mean, they're getting it from every angle now.
Don't forget about round 9. Full eco Glocks in a B bomb site.
That was an embarrassment for Astralis. I mean, that was the partial. That's just because of their setup. Like they need to play. They needed to play more in the back. The only time they ever played the back of B was when they were trying to op.
Yep.
And they played on top of the balcony. But
and for what it's worth, from that 9th round off the Glocks, Apogee won every single round for the rest of the half.
Damn.
Astralis did not recover their defense after that. And that's why they sit miserably on 3 rounds of a CT side on Mirage.
What a start to the series. 50% win rate on this map for Apogee. And even after 2 most recent losses, most of their wins versus much weaker teams, they decided to pull it out for this game. And it looks like it's justified.
Played it 8 times in March, won it 7, lost to the old Russian Aurora roster, and then FURIA. Trying to bank back on that confidence, and I think the first half would certainly give you some. Prism, definitely. 15-5 first half, but nobody's going to be able to hold Astralis out of this A site. Huffa decides to hold back in CT spawn, just awaiting any kind of follow-through here from the Danes. Doesn't happen. They go triple stack on top of the garbage can, smoke deep. Ooh, this is gonna burn a lot of time. Kind of redirects the retake, forces it to come out through jungle instead. We see that by Huffa, who has the kit, trying to work forward. Now with the opening kill and Hypex still holding that smoke, he's gonna put that smoke down on top of the bomb, and it feels like with this stack up inside of the Ticket area, oh my god, Jacob with the headshots. You've got Astralis now just banking on a knife kill, and they've got to stop it with the knife. How desperate is this? How pathetic.
Oh, man.
That's your plan?
Oh, man. They had the extra, the smoke right there. Oh, yeah. Man, they actually had such a good start to this post plant with the deep CT smoke and delaying for time. They just needed, obviously, a kill or 2 here or there. At this point of the round, it just gets insanely messy with the smoke coming down, but Apogee are definitely laughing about it.
Apogee will be laughing all the way to the bank. 10-3 lead. A full eco in your back pocket.
That's how you play an anti-eco.
Second pistol round as well. Prism eats the flash, but the last bullet out of the FAMAS connects perfectly. He is on an absolute tear, no signs of slowing down, and they peel enough players off to set up the retake if needed. It's not even a bomb plant guarantee just yet. Cadian's Galil finds one off of the apartment's peak, and Hypex uses this as a chance to close the distance. Whoa. Really nice timing here behind them. They're never going to see it coming. Doesn't mean he gets the kills, but Cadian's also left with bombs, so what's he up to?
That was an insane move from Hypex. There could have been someone holding the left wall right there, but just followed them. Got that kill. Cadian, 4 HP. He'll be met on the A site. We'll see how he can maybe jump to get a plant in. So he's looking for a little money.
Yep. And if he can make that leap, the old leap of faith here, into the bomb plant. Ooh, he's got to hope he won't get peeked, and it looks good. I mean, just plant.
Just plant. Yeah, he's like, I guess if there's someone CT, there's not even a plant, so.
He'll clear CT first, and then go back and try it, and that does secure it, barring a wall bang.
Good thing you did the guarantee with the claws.
I'm learning.
So yeah,
I'm learning.
Good for you, Connor.
Barring the wall bang. The MP9 just splats him like a bug.
Right in the head.
Headshot, you know what I mean? Like.
This was also a little lucky. I mean, that flash was solid for Astralis. But, like, this is why you play 2 in the sight on an anti-eco, you know?
Yeah, you see the FAMAS's work wonderfully.
Difference, like, you just never want to retake B, even if it's versus small guns.
Damn.
And this is also, it was also like a decent purchase from Astralis.
They believe that. Fast shuffle back over to the A plate. And working with enough tools. There's enough utility here for 2 volleys as well. If they want to try to get more utility out, they did a good job of burning the frag grenades, the incendiary over towards B. Fake Glock rush elicits the reaction. It's certainly a numbers advantage here on A. So let's see it. Astralis full-blown execute over top. Huffa tucks down beneath Balk. And he starts to get burned out, but he's got a little bit of vision in this pocket. Hypex here to help him. Jacob emerges on the side of bench, and it's only Stown to get the first here for Astralis. He'll take down a second one with him, and Prism always hot to the action. Stown looking for the ace. 3 players surround him, but he's got his hands on an M4. It's that slide up from ramp that almost drops him, now sitting on half health. And the other CTs just wait a second, letting Prism do what he does.
What a map out of Prism, man.
God damn. Gives him the jiggle, the headshot with it. 9 map points. Lowest rated team at the event, folks. Playing fantastically. This is not just shortcomings of Astralis.
Yeah.
This is great stuff out of Apogee.
Oh, they look awesome. This is the better team are in the lead by a big margin. There's no other way to characterize this. Luckily for Astralis, the series isn't over, but not being prepared at all for Mirage, well, I don't know how they're going to reconcile that.
It's always fun when new rosters with 0 LAN experience hit the ground running.
Absolutely.
You know, that used to always be the barrier of entry that we talked about. Yeah, but they'll not do it on LAN. And here they are in full force with a victory over MongolZ.
Kids are built differently these days.
And a chance to embarrass Astralis in the opening map of this series.
Nice too, because we've had some good, like some CS2 stories, but not that many.
Sure.
Honestly. This might be the moment where they start getting truly good.
I think it's the beauty of having a few of the top names absent at these sorts of events, right? Apogee get in that last slot. Comes Cadian with an entry, unexpectedly just attacking out from Palace. They wouldn't anticipate somebody pushing through smoke like that, so he finds something to work with here. A first step on a long road to recovery.
Oh,
Device not nearly as clean with it. Oh, never mind. You'll go ahead and shut down Demo in the backdrop, supported by Stare for the double Desert Eagle, and Stown getting caught out by HypeX could just open the door to the save.
Yeah, but yeah, like even small misses like that, like we had even Stown waiting for the for someone to peek in a window, missed his spray. There's opportunities like Apogee are really not missing those shots themselves, so it's Mirage at the end of the day. You're just not gonna let easy fights go and expect to win. Not versus the Face It All-Stars. Awkward. Very awkward. Okay.
I started laughing because I just instantly pictured Cadian dying to the no-scope.
Yeah.
Like, just knowing Cadian's luck.
Like Cadian's life right now.
Yes,
yeah.
He's going to drop on the guy's head and get no-scoped. But never mind. Okay.
By the smallest timing ever.
My imagination exceeded me.
I was with you. Okay, Stare saves it. Nice shots.
There we go. Free op as well for Device. So go ahead and give that over. He'll go out middle. And Apogee will have to remain patient here as Astralis are given a chance at an early T-side success. Unless Prism's hero M4 wins it all.
Oh, did he? Oh, and that's where you can't miss, man.
He has now. Jacob freed up to maybe look for a bit more. Had a chance at that Deagle shot. Start to get this encroach from Astralis over towards the B site, but there are still two defenders back here. Desert Eagle on the cat hold. M4 kill was good.
Prism gets another one.
Now the P250 collects its. Demo to the headshot, trying to be cleared out by Device, who's got a Glock in hand. Last bullets out from Stare. Clear another off this B site. And Prism's down for the count. Bahuffa's gone ahead to grab that M4. We get this walkout from the van, and that's HypeX spotted. Still trying to connect here with the Desert Eagle. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Apogee definitely keep them on their toes, but a recovery from Astralis with two still standing.
Scary when that A-ramp push came through, but also good from Astralis to recover into the back of the site on B. That setup was formidable. I think it's just a moment where they wish they had better guns, but there was no reason to go for a full force in that spot. So it's scary. Every round could be the last for Astralis. That's just not what they need to be thinking about, though, at the moment.
Another similar buy, barring no M4 this time. Ooh, there's a lot here on middle. There's a lot of bodies for Apogee on this mid.
Oh, don't give Prism another good gun.
P250 for Device.
Oh.
Nicely done. That's what you need.
All right.
Signing up to the pistol whip. Cadian looks to ice this one out. There we go. Good recovery. Again, sketchy for only a second. Astralis recovered this one faster than the last, and it's now 6-12 here on Mirage.
Apogee having fun. Incredibly happy to be here, I'm sure. And even just, I'm sure some people meeting each other for the first time, I imagine.
Yeah.
It's always also the cool part about LAN. I think like when I met all my friends from online, my favorite surprise was finding out that they were just as cool as they were online, you know? Apart from their weird real life habits that everyone has, their little idiosyncrasies that you see in person, for the most part, the same guy that you became friends with online, same guy online, you know what I mean? It is always just great meeting your online friends. It's possible these guys have played some, maybe some Polish LANs on the way to this event, some smaller ones.
Nothing on HLTV. Maybe a Pasha boot camp or two.
Yeah.
Eat a nade there, Jabby. How's that taste? He's going to drop util over the top. Demo a little desperate to double back. Cat player also trying to get into the action, but the mid threat's real. Oh, down he goes, but the op is alive. That much works. 2 kills out of Hypex, nearly taken down as he gets flashed on the edge of the bricks. Wow. Jabby has done a great job of clearing this bomb site, considering he started this round 6 and 14. He jumps on it.
Yeah, that shot from Jabby was insane.
Demo gets bested. Device given an easy angle to lock this one in, and the Astralis T-side comeback starting to get real. They jump on top of that B site with conviction.
Hypex starts to climb the board as well with his frags. Looking very solid on the op to try to help out Prism, but yeah, Jabby's 7th kill. It's pretty astounding. And a little awkward with the op going this far because they actually lose it, but still got the money. And does Hypex live is the question? No. But they get the op on the other side? No?
Nope. They didn't pick it up.
Oh, they should have picked it up, probably.
I think the round ended very quickly.
But he got the kill so long ago.
No.
No, not Astralis. I mean, on the other side when Device jumped out.
I got you.
Yeah.
No, it was 2 AKs saved. Because it's Jacob's round to be the hero, so he said, I don't want to give a damn op over. See what he can do with the rifle. The one rifle in play. We've seen some killer headshots from Jacob, particularly on those T-side entries. So AK in hand out middle.
He's trying to get on Cat.
There it is.
Well, guess missing that jump ended up paying off. Stair just sitting duck.
Now Device kind of locked in behind those boxes. Pistol player off catwalk can keep him there as Device waits in anticipation of that AK swing again. But if Jacob's smart, he'll reposition, so he does. Any round could be the last. There's been a handful of these very light buys out of Apogee. We get that AK starting to work its way up catwalk, but Huffa decides to take a peek first.
There's been a lot of movement from Jacob this round.
Offers a little relief over to Astralis, but here's that rifle. Contact made again, so now you know if it's moved. Surely A-Site feels a little more primed for the taking. Prism regains vision, but Desert Eagle eludes him. And all the while, it's got to be remembered, Jabby's here with the bomb, so what are you going to do about that? Eventually looking to end on B. 30 seconds would be a hell of a sprint back over for him. And so they're hoping that they can just pressure Demo, but Jacob's still here with this AK-47. Market flank's going to come through critically for Cadian. Again, the rifle's in play, and oh, he flashes his teammate on catwalk. No, Cadian! He flashed his own teammate. It can still be recovered, but 5 extra seconds all they get. Whew. Device will put the bomb down. Things get sketchy. And Hypex's P250, massive ask. He'll be able to get out through the window, but then right onto the silver platter. Cadian closes. Thank God for Astralis.
Yeah, when they got that 1 kill inside of B, they thought the rifle's not there because they pushed up on Cat, didn't see anybody. Nearly another disaster. Really nice try from Jacob in the end. But also, sticky situation on Cat, and I think Astralis' nades for the most part in the early round were actually really good. They were able to 2-crawl up connector, full blind player on Cat, nade landed in the right spot, push the AK back without him winning a duel. It's looking better for Astralis, seeming like it's too late. We'll have to see if that's going to be the case or not.
It's been a bit of a cool off here by Prism. Very key in the first 12. Both teams with a bit of posturing out middle. And the 2 smokes drop to try to Make them think something's coming catwalk. Prism's boost, almost enough to catch a kill.
Slows down the connector split.
Drops Stare down to half as well. Huffa finds timing on the peak off default. Will not double down though. Stound, good answer. Spam through that top con. Smoke is costly. And Jacob also has to peel away without vision. Op on the angle. Device gets blinded. Jacob's able to strike up con as that smoke fades. So we go 3v3. But this ticket exit will be difficult for Apogee. They flashed him off the line once. They'll go for it again. A duel of the Operas, wide swing, missed shot. That's pressure from Demo, and now you've got Stound pinned into Sandwich. Body's coming at him with the wall bang. And as Cadian comes into the clutch, first kills his already. Hypex missed shot, Diffuser dead. There's the trade back, and he's gonna jump on top of the bomb with surely enough time.
Yeah, this one's actually quite close, but it looks like he'll be able to grab it.
Oh! Yes, sir! Oh, just what they need. A 1v3 denied by Cadian. It felt like too much of an ask, but it needs to be emphasized. Round 9, Glock Eco. Is that the end of Astralis on Mirage?
Yeah, great job, guys. Weren't sure he
A week-long Warsaw boot camp that seems to be paying off. Gotta say, Apogee with MongolZ scalp already in their collection, a map one over top of an Astralis, and Ancient being the battlegrounds that they won yesterday versus MongolZ. So, Apogee, they've already proven to us that they can win this match. It's just a matter of whether Astralis kick it up a notch coming into the second of this series.
And they did look better towards the end of the first map. I think the other thing about this is that can't forget, this is MongolZ D game at this tournament so far.
Jacob and Jabby going tit for tat out on lane.
Oh, bomb gets dropped forward.
Oh God, Prism's tap is big in that case. And you've got very little health here for Jabby to try to continue.
Oh!
Oh!
He didn't even need any help.
All right, just like that, quad kill off of elbow, 3 shots, 3 kills.
His teammate left him.
That's gross.
There was no one else to stop that. They were supposed to at least trade and get the bomb back. Not on Prism's watch.
What is this?
Wow. I mean, you're talking small targets here. And that's not from nowhere. Prism on Mirage was a movie.
Right back into the thick of it then, Astralis. Damn. Two players for the Danes outside of the B site with utility. And Demo now hears that rush coming out from main. Quick first one. Lines him up, knocks him down. Triple kill made easy. No plant by the looks of it. Apogee making the most of the Prism quadruple pistol kill.
Astralis really have to step up on the mechanics, I think. We're going to see like a lot of good shots here being hit by Apogee. It's another map that they understand. And, you know, even Stound in his best years is just not known for his aim. That's pretty much his weakest point. I think Jabby has amazing aim, but just not as consistent. Cadian has fallen off so extremely on his mechanics in CS2. And it's just, you know, right now they're a team who if they tried it again, like brand new players coming through tier 2, their mechanics would not be good enough to make it back to tier 1. They have to rely on how much experience they have and the fact that it's LAN to be able to overcome a team like Apogee right now. But if Apogee aren't going to be nervous, I mean, they're just gonna win too many rounds off the back of just decent gameplay, great like mechanical individual ability. Astralis cannot show any of that inconsistency right now.
They'll be still waiting for their first gun round.
Most credit has gone to Stare recently, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of Astralis' soldier.
And he was great versus FaZe, but he can still be inconsistent too.
Quick little burst up into the red room. 2 players do make it across with bomb, but that gets cleaned up quickly. Prism to the 5-0 start. He had a phenomenal first half on the T side of Mirage. That was really the statement performance of map 1, 15-5 on the first half specifically. Cooled off a little bit, let the other Apogee players show that they've got potential too. Cadian with a 1-minute Glock save here in front of him. You're not getting that bomb back, brother. You're toast. Prism racking up another one as Apogee go 3-0. That is all 3 pistol rounds won in the series. All 3 pistol rounds converted fully for 3-0 starts each time.
Right, right.
As if on top of mechanical shortcomings of Astralis, they can afford slow starts every half.
Right. Yeah, that's just too many things to pile on, absolutely. Well, a lot learned here for Astralis, round 4. Guns in play. Don't want to start writing the eulogy too soon. Window smoke. Is that theirs? We'll see. Oh my gosh, this timing is just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, playing to win, clearly. And he keeps it clean with a teammate right by him. That's
the
bomb dropped.
And they get to a better spot. He doesn't even have to take he can take this fight on his own turn.
Oh,
look at that.
Dude, destroyed. Just wrapped up already. First gun round goes moot.
You didn't even really see prep come into play on Mirage, you know, like this. There was no early timings that they even found, and they won that map.
And that's kind of one of the cool things I think about Apogee going for that unexpected Mirage pick first.
Yeah.
You know,
it was really unexpected. The fact is they have Nuke as a 3rd map. That's what was supposed to be their first choice. And
oh my God.
Goodness.
That's 5 players standing, making fast moves out A main, catching Astralis. Looking like they're still half asleep in the first match of the day. Huffa wastes no time with the util and the support and the follow-through.
Elbow Molly 2, pushes them back.
It's
2 players on the push, and they know exactly how to swing out to fight that. I mean, there's no chance on that round. Absolutely outdone.
Dude, Prism destroyed Astralis in the pistol. They have 1 kill across the 5 players of Astralis in the first 4 rounds. And they're back in with Glocks here for the 5th. So take your tac timeout. Grab a couple upgrades.
So how does VRS spill over into, you get rollover points for the next major?
Yeah, so like I think
just
Maui
keeps going.
Yeah, Maui said it best. Like this is just essentially, okay, yes, the April 7th cutoff was the big talking point, but this is going to be huge for VRS points because the next thing you know, for the invites of the upcoming events between now and the next major, they're starting on the right foot.
And I think it's like think about the conversation with Astralis. Everyone kept saying Astralis are a shoo-in for the major.
Yeah, because the Mongols win in Cluj.
And then look how they didn't actually make it.
Yeah.
You can never guarantee it, no matter how close you think you are.
Until the date of the cutoff, it is also important. And I misspoke actually back on map 1 saying that Apogee got in because of a few invite denials. They actually weren't included due to VRS ranking. They just straight up won the European closed qualifier. And I think that's another reason that we have to emphasize that, again, despite this new system for 2025, those qualifiers are still just such a legacy element of Counter-Strike. And they show their importance here because Apogee have seized this opportunity with both hands, and now they're going to get into the VRS conversation, assuming they continue with this momentum at the event. But we do have Tech9s inside A site, so we'll come back to the micro.
Yeah, they've got out. Oh, wait, bomb's got to go back and plant. You got to take advantage of these fresh smokes, but they make sure to get donut control first. Got a really solid post-plant position, but also individual at the moment. And Jabby's kind of alone here. They don't have guns to support from a distance.
Can't get back off, so very much committed to the bomb plant and the position he gets with it. Cadian connecting with 1 Tech9 frag. But Jacob's got the response for that retake to get going. They've already spotted the flank and Stown, so somebody stays allocated to holding that backdrop. And Stown, he's going to tease him with a little jiggle. Jumping AK headshot here from Demo. Desperation on the Astralis post plant. It is still, yet again, a single kill in this round for Astralis. Bomb plant, sure, but beyond that, 5-0, damn near flawless.
I think one of the problems there, obviously they get the flank coming in, which at least is an extra way to win the round. But Astralis' pieces where they stood were in jeopardy of like one donut smoke, and then one guy watching the flank just ends it. There's no way they can even defend this. So sometimes you got to find a way to be aggressive, but Apogee played it exactly correct. Just patiently waiting. There's not too many amazing spots they can get to with time. You know you've lost the sight. You didn't get anything on the hold, but you see them take a few damage each person. Hypex starts off this round with an instant op kill. Looks like countering the boost.
No, even
this is all the way back at spawn.
Yeah. Dude. It's like the deepest of angles.
Yeah, Hypex looks pretty solid, man. Him on Mirage, too.
Yes. Yeah, he was one of the 2 players in the second half that definitely kind of found his form. Could have been said that like Prism does the heavy lifting on the T side. Ooh.
Oh, he's just so good, isn't he?
Back in with a second.
Wow.
Ice cold killer from the red room. Still 0 kills for Astralis in the next gun round.
Apogee are different. I am loving this, man.
Huff on the fast flank, supported by a teammate. There's Stoun's 1. No teammates, no bomb possession, and he gets splattered by Jacob, who goes 3 kills deep on the round, off to a 9-1 start. Apogee can feel it.
They have the better everything right now. They're better. They're better. They're way better. I mean, mechanics is like, it feels like that's how we got that. Everyone's mechanics on Apogee are like all of Astralis' mechanics in their best day at the moment. Like they're frying. Now I get how they beat MongolZ. 3 kills for Astralis in this entire map.
And never more than 1.
I don't know if I've ever seen that low kills 6 rounds yet. 3?
0-6, 0-6, 1-6, 1-6, 1-6. There is a chasm between Astralis and Apogee at the moment. They're going to try to take over the cave play fast. Prism stands the test of the first. Flashes make it a little awkward. Okay, Hypex, I see you. And that next ramp player takes an extra second. Good flash. Forces the miss shot. Eagle connects the device. Sits him down like he's not one of the best to ever do it. And Hypex now looking for the next point of contact, but it's AKs in hand here for Astralis. They slow it down for a second with bomb on sight, but pausing. Stoun versus Jacob on the flank. It's just going to go the way of Apogee yet again. This is numerically the most successful round for Astralis yet. 2 kills, and that's all they're going to get. The fact Hypex hangs on to his line, it is desperation from here on out for the Danes.
5 kills in 7 rounds. 5 kills in 7 rounds. That's the worst start I've ever seen.
Whoa. Call the ambulance.
But not for Apogee.
Jacob sets it up. Causes a distraction that Demo is able to seize, but there it is, man advantage. Astralis starting to get more so into these rounds. At the very least, it's back-to-back 2 deaths for Apogee to handle, but perfect timing from Prism as Stair tries to approach Cave alone. That's a critical pickup here from Stoun with the headshot on Hypex. Opper finally dropping here for the B-site defense. Doesn't mean it's clear, though. CTs continue to get this fight going. Stoun will not escape, but what Astralis will find is a post plant on A. Can they hang on to it? Jabby decides to go deep into the CT spawn. In a second, he'll hear them stampeding outwards. It's all about the timing, and they actually split up, so easy pickings. Huffa caught, and Prism sees that it's a jump back from Jabby. Shadow's gonna let him know that he's gone ahead outwards. First round on the board, 8 rounds into the half.
There we go. Five kills to match that in 1 single round. Astralis, they take it. A nice shot from Stoun as well, and it's like just a lack of nice shots in this game. Hypex is sitting on 16K. You just don't see that almost ever anymore. Astralis, a breakthrough. I mean, it's been a brick wall from Apogee. You got to say, incredible game so far, incredible series. And now I understand how the Mongols got just destroyed. But at the same time, that showed us what the difference is, really. Astralis finally literally hit 2 good shots, and that was enough. The rest they can do off the back of a good tactic here and there, a good flank in place. The teamwork comes in, but like ultimately, Apogee are showing us this game is much more simple. And for the most part, 80% of the work is if you're going to take some of these duels, you're not going to be able to trick Apogee, whether it's the cave fight, something in mid. We see how scrappy that is, even at the highest level. And ultimately, you've got to have the aim to keep up. Device still doesn't have a kill this game.
They might actually be a tier 2 Polish super team.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I didn't know what Maui was huffing when he said that, but by God, he could be right. This is lights out stuff from Apogee.
Yeah.
Obviously still not done here on
This is
Ancient.
a crazy event for them.
Yeah.
This is, yeah.
An unexpected contender has stepped forward in the first 3 days of Bucharest.
And with the Mongols game, you had to see one more because Mongols, obviously, they didn't look good in any of their games.
And the FURIA loss to start the event was expected. So Apogee just not even a blip on the radar in the first play. Well-timed peek here from Huffa, and he gets back behind that smoke.
You got to punish something, you know?
We get that top red room fight. Stair versus Jacob. Incendiary on his feet. Stair joins forces with the guys going cave. Demo can take up mid control. That frees up the 2 red room players to leave. And Hypex has been pretty damn consistent on these op shots. Again, he's going to connect. It's a little bit more damage with the bomb down for now. Jabby's recovery could be critical. We're going to go 2v2.
That's Device on the board. 2 on 2. All their impact utility has been used up. Cave player coming in slowly.
And that smoke doesn't block off Cave, so Demo, doesn't see it. Jabby going through short side. He's going to find an additional kill. Jabby's kind of been the hero of the last couple rounds, and the frag is just perfectly placed because they went down ramp to clear out flank. Jabby with a quad, and that is the reason Astralis have these 2 rounds.
Yeah, that was a real pullback right there after the first 2 kills from Hypex, but he decides to re-peek, and it seems like it's actually fine right there because he's got so many teammates alive, but they get exposed for that third attempt when he could have dipped out of the smoke and gone back to short. So very nice round from Jabby, saving the day here for Astralis. Looks like the first one was the hardest.
But if not Jabby, then who? You know, if the gap is still mechanics, it's sure as hell not economics. Money keeps flowing here for Apogee.
That kind of ruins their running exec. Pause for a second. But they are defaulted, so at least you've got Down holding on to B for a second. This is good for him. Astralis.
Do they decide to double back? Lingering for now. Demo over top of the smoke, catching Jabby on the exit. I said, if not Jabby, then who?
Wow.
And it looks like it's going to need to be Device. He gets caught out from the background.
What a defense.
And
what a defense.
Not Jabby, then none. It's down 1v4 clutch attempt. A piece of that default that doesn't end up getting used. Now late lurk into the play. If not losing half health in that first engagement, then maybe. But bomb in the full possession of Apogee. And that incendiary drop by Demo just gave enough timing for Apogee to really bolster the defense. Defense held strong. And this op could be the end of Stown.
There's so much to say about this round, to be honest. I mean, the way that they start out, Astralis going for the running exec, so there's a telegraph. So they need that, you know, Molly setup. But once they do it, Astralis still keep an idea that like they can fall back on something else or turns down into a lurk. But when they come out of this late timing, Jacob's got this play where he's pushing on the side of the smoke, and Demo's playing perfectly over that same one. They actually needed to wait this out, and it was a CT smoke all along. It was like the perfect way to play an active defense inside the site where normally there is no cover. So Astralis didn't realize it, but they jumped right into a trap.
Cadian going to try to storm through util here out middle. Takes a little bit of damage, but the pressure remains high. Huffa and Jacob kill a pop on two separate parts of the map. You can take your climb up stair to join forces, but 5v3 established quick.
Getting smoked.
And on top of the 5v3, it is lane control comfortably here for Apogee. 2 layers to it. If they thought it was just ramp, they're wrong. Prism in the pocket with a double kill. Stair 1v5 attempt, all that the Astralis have to work with in the 11th. This is not even close.
Yeah, their mops up. Another stellar start for Prism. Back-to-back maps. But this time, like, everyone's frying at the same time. It was actually just Prism in the first half of Mirage. And Hypex came to later.
I mean, even Hava, who just hasn't had a lot of kills, has had some nice ramp peaks. You know, he's finally kind of taking control of the situation, and he'll be the one to close out the 9th round win of Apogee as well. So across the board, reliable.
That's actually, I think that's 18 kills in an entire half here for Astralis.
Depending on how this last round goes.
Oh, at least there's one more. Okay.
Yeah, I know it feels finished.
Almost
but,
a whole half.
It feels finished, but we got one left. Also, Prism. I mean, look at the stats here.
Just a LAN player.
Past 3 months have not been what the past 24 hours have been. Seize the day. And as you can see, the jump 13 ranks off of the VRS if they win this single best of 3, let alone.
And then past 3 months, man, Apogee have been climbing.
Yes.
You know, out through top 40 into the territory of being able to play at events like this.
Yeah, but you crack top 20, that's when the invites start coming.
That's when they start watching your demos.
Yes, sir.
And that is where the real fun begins. It's always teams get a little extra buff at events like this as they're coming up. But that's why you got to be ready for anyone if you're Astralis.
Bad CT smoke, and it's looking like Astralis are going to get through it. Oh, wow, or is it just a trap for Hypex?
Guy's got good eyes.
You said 18 kills on the half, and that still reigns true. How many rounds went in a row with a single frag at most for Astralis? Jabby's Desert Eagle. There's the 19th. He's been the best piece of the Danes' attempt on this T side. 3 versus 3 here to try to close things out. But Hypex has been rock solid. And he isn't pressured despite currently being alone. Smoke in Stound's hand could be thrown out, but he actually doubles back. There it is. Hypex will have to handle that. They smoke off both entry points for the CT's B defense.
It's good, I think, for Astralis, keeping it simple here. As long as the site is actually clean. While it goes to default.
Just to deny the plant, he announces op on the back lane. Cadian gets the bomb down, and it's retake needed here for Apogee. Rifles in hand for all of Astralis in this desperate attempt to get a 3rd on this T side. Close on the wall, Stound. Cave gets smoked off. That'll keep Cadian out of the play, barring a wallbang on the defuse. Device is already dead, so it looks like it's going to have to... Oh, excuse me, not in Cave, but backsite, rather. So all good, Cadian, from the corner to the closer. It's a 3rd for Astralis, at least.
Looks like the last round did matter quite a bit. 9-3 is not nearly as bad as 10-2 here for Astralis, but obviously Apogee are still quite proud of themselves, I'm sure. They should be. Really cool new stuff that we saw in terms of like their active defense on A. Very good shots and stories, Prism's story, excuse me, continuing on a good note.
That Huffa A main push in the first gun round.
Oh, that, yeah, exactly.
Dude, that really just set the stage for the rest of this half.
Yeah, that's true.
That, and yes, like you said, active A defense was a cool round too. That was a critical juncture as well, thinking that they could just push through off of the Jabby multi-frag previously. It really does boil down to Jabby just having those 2 rounds. That's what that half is in a nutshell for Astralis.
Very cool to see a team like Apogee do this. Now for them, it's about sticking the landing.
Yes, sir. Again, all 3 pistols in the series, Apogee, all 3 pistols converted for 3-0 starts. Do that here, you're sitting pretty with 9 match points.
Bomb's going out towards A, so this looks like a fake, but with no one inside of B at all, CTs might get nervous about it. We'll see what they can hear.
2 decoys on
Full
this
fake, and the
fake
CTs
B.
start to peel back. This requires very precise timing here when they decide to exit.
Yeah.
The Temple player will peel back and then come to respond. Here's Stair coming back into focus.
All 5 A players for Astralis, but it'll boil down to the kills. And it's the first 3 here the way of Apogee. All they've got is now the Temple control. Device waiting for a duel. Somebody step forward, he asks, and they're not even going to give it to him.
Reason to, really.
Nope. Clear out the bomb site, get your plant down, and now force the hands of Device and Katie into the retake instead.
They're going to 3-2-1 this in a second.
Decoys on the fake. There's the kills to come back the other direction, though. If the wealth of experience is what Astralis have to bank on, then a retake like this, maybe. Cadian's down to 7 bullets, no extra magazines left. He is down to 2 shots, and that was never going to happen. Apogee, 4th consecutive pistol win.
4 for 4, just suffering from success here every single time they start at half. It's on the right note. How many times can Astralis play from behind? It's a fake, which I think about we brought this up the other day. You just don't really see that many fakes anymore. No. Just good old classical fakes. Like
with decoys.
Yeah, with decoys and all the utility and no actual player commitment. Just like we used to fake all the time back in the day. Apogee just pulled that out. It's like someone showed them an old TV show.
They tried to run past Cave. They're going to try to transition into the all-in A off that. Stair hits him with the jumping SMG. Doesn't look like they'll get him off the plant. Hypex just wants to get the gun back out. Pressure coming out of Donut. Throws the AK in between the smokes. Stair's second. The only player so far. Device is 5-7, 1 and done. Prism tries to slide forward into the site. Oh, Stown doesn't see that coming. And then Prism's able to collect Jabby on the back site instead. They close it. They convert it despite the Danes' best efforts.
Prism is next gen, man. He knew someone was back on default and just was like, I'm not getting swung here. He actually had just a perfect option coverage for that play. Very confident, very composed, and very right.
It's awesome to see him being able to capitalize on these last couple of matches. You have defeated MongolZ and you are whooping Astralis. And Prism, you know, no kid. He's been playing for 6 years of competitive Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Hands down, the biggest opportunity is this PGL Bucharest event. From 20 to 26 years old.
Progress is not linear. I think that's something that every player should hear. You never know when you have stories from everything like Donk to players like Roy. You have no idea when you'll hit that arc or when you find that perfect team. Just kind of got to keep giving it your best every day. Sometimes you get the opportunities to succeed with your friends.
Huffa through the flashes, makes it awkward.
It's another fake.
Yes, sir. Ready to hit this A site yet again. You've got Cadian caught kind of in transition. He's at least got cover to work with and a teammate too, but that teammate dropped first. Fired his feet means Cadian's time limited, and into the A site they will rampage yet again. Oh, timing though. Response back from Astralis as Device catches Prism looking the wrong way. Stown capitalizing on demos distracted, and Hypex slides off site.
Oh, this is a mistake. Device went for the full flank, but they have Donut wide open. Hypex, you know, once he goes to push to find a kill, there's no CTs here, and now you would probably start running, I think, if you're Hypex, right? He just realized he hasn't been spotted at all. But I think he's surprised at how easily he's gotten through.
Full belt of utility, vacant B bomb site.
And they're actually slowing down because it could have been a mid lurk. They actually really have to take their time here.
And most of his health to work with, not to mention a daunting smoke that you charge through it while his hands are busy, all good for the first. Second player able to jump through, takes that chance, and now that belt of utility starts to get burned.
See about that clutch IQ, Hypex.
Flashes off the mark, and he blinds himself. He has made this all the more difficult, but so be it. If needed, you've got the first headshot, both CTs confirmed, but it eludes him. A little too sketchy, trying to keep the heart rate down as you're clearly making mistakes in a winnable situation, but a round that goes Astralis in the end.
Yeah, very, very scary with the HP bars there. There was a real chance after that first shot, but Astralis win it. And they made the last game semi-competitive, I guess, on Mirage, at least some sort of comeback. I think the most important part is they looked better in the second half, but...
The Prism Hero AK. We saw rounds like these get close for Apogee when they were trying to close out Mirage as well. You know, trying to build up economy, but still always giving them a singular out. I mean, hell, we saw Apogee win with Glocks.
Literally.
A full eco round win. Prism's first LAN event since 2022. And only 3 LANs under his belt. Both of those other LANs just straight up Polish locals.
Got players floating around. You know, we had MHL in the Academy League. Shuhei, of course, in the Academy League, and then this next task coming into G2 out of nowhere. Ultimate over on Liquid. But Apogee together, that's something a little bit more interesting. Oh man, it's a vacant A site. Yeah, the tip of the spear Prism up front with the AK. Careful to fight him. But this, it should be okay still. I mean, if you have the right nades in place and device gets one clip off, there it is.
Yeah. AK hits the ground. Nobody else working with Kevlar here for Apogee. So had to be the tip of the spear. Demo collects the one.
Not all sites are built equal in that way. I mean, you need a lot of utility or the kills if you're going to get into the A site properly. But yeah, you just can't pull the goalie all the time like they did over on Mirage, so. Back to the notes.
Yet again, such a closable situation. Small affinity for the A site so far throughout this T side. Haven't really seen a lot of lane play from Apogee, nor the mid fights. So we'll see if the shakeup comes now. Running exec at the A site, but bomb not included here. Still, had this conditioning towards A. We'll see how much of the defense scrambles. Look how quickly they're already out lane.
It's different because you have utility. This is a little bit more scary for Astralis, 100%.
But Stown still sticks around outside this B site just in case. And they're going to try to walk through, phasing smoke. Oh,
nice
costly.
ones down.
Slides right into the perfect position and then goes a little further. This will catch off a foot. And Stown did not buy it.
Excellent. I mean, that's the aim you want to see out of Stown.
Yes, sir.
Really.
Bites down on that outer B lurk with bomb.
It's very charming, the amount that
solid
want to use fakes. It's just not something you see all the time. But because they have used it, it's just becoming a little bit more clear to Astralis. So off the tack pause, they try quite an ambitious strat right here. I think once they see, though, that no one's trying to fight them and they don't get that extra duel, they're probably a little bit worried. Maybe the thought was they put some pressure over on the A site. Maybe Astralis will double down on defending it early, and then it makes it a little harder.
Pistols across the board, Apogee. Banking on Jacob to get this one going.
They're drawing tons of util here early on into the round, but still fine for Astralis.
And they're going to play active as well, right?
Yeah. Got to go back to A, though, with at least one.
That'll be Jabby to double back as Device continues on with the flank. Soon to find the Red Room player, unless he tucks in right before Device gets here. Spotted and dealt with. Jabby comfortably in the deepest of angles offered inside sight. And it comes with great cover for the donut swing on what's left of it. No bomb plant even. Jabby clean shooting to clean up. Another triple to his name. Highest performing player for Astralis as Stown has also tried to play catch up. And Astralis are catching up, 4 rounds shy of Apogee.
Yeah, and it's, of course, it helps out that Apogee have won 2 pistols and converted everything. That could still be the reason that Astralis lose, even if they start playing well now. They got to be sharper than ever.
Oh, Jacob comes through blind with fire in front of him. Second kill.
And he can re-swing again.
And there we go. This time, Lane doesn't get taken back over by Astralis. And into the triple A hit. Oh, nice there. Goes for the spray down, but obviously so little left on the round.
Oh, the one round that goes into a default in mid-control, and instantly we have Jacob, a nightmare for Astralis, just running out into mid and taking out 2 kills, 1 blind, then the next blind. That's scary because that's going to be the core of winning Ancient right here is duels like this.
Stair had to be the hero, and the second kill was clean. But the bodies just kept on coming. And so Apogee, wait a second, get into the gun round, and back to that A site again. We get this quick jostle back from the Red Room players. Device is under pressure and underperforming, but he'll find Hypex at the very least. Cadian throws himself into the fight. Response back from Apogee. Double kill Device. Trying to piece together this defense as the rotators died on arrival. Prism, 56 health, chip down, denied, no plant. Spam back the other way. Jacob gets his. Mid play comes through. 1v1 we go. And we've got the smoke still in front of Demo, dropped by Stown. A pause in the action with bomb possession for Stown.
Demo decides to shoot. So it's known where he is. Stown, how does he play this? Because Demo can easily wait the smoke out, and it's a reset of the situation. Stown's been starting to light it up. 2 kills on this round. Very crafty in situations like this. And because the Demo decided to shoot, he's sort of indicating that he's going to just try to reaggress through Donut after a certain amount of time. Demo looking, thinking for the flank, and again, another player up to the plate, thinking about what the clutch IQ is. This is where Stown, should really be able to flex.
It looks like he's got the timing. Looks like it. Oh, wait a second.
Oh,
okay. Gives him a chance, but closes.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was close.
Continues the spray all the way through. Scared. And if there has been a weakness in Apogee, despite them being this close to victory, not a lot of clutches go their way.
That's what you would hope, though.
Yes.
For Astralis.
Sure.
Right? Like, that's the one thing, no matter how bad your aim is, or whatever, how you're not feeling it even as a team, that at least you've got players that can clutch.
I'm trying to find their silver
situation.
lining, and that's got to be it. If Apogee don't win the round straight up, like we saw they could, right? Go 1 round back, and it is just a swarm, but that frag grenade's gonna take a lot of the likelihood out of this one for Apogee. We've seen them do a lot with less. Half buys and ecos have been fruitful for them in this series. They sit outside of this B site with a single AK to work with. And it's the Astralis clutch factor that has kept them in this series.
They're going back to not to fight mid. Astralis slowly constricting their position here outside of B.
Utility given over to Hypex. He's going to be chucking out the nades. Deagle shot missed here by Jacob. And so...
Bomb's going to cross, though.
Element of surprise seems lost. Spam comes through from Device. First frag for Apogee in the 3 versus 5, but all that utility damage early. The timing on the Tech 9 swing, but there's a second player here towards short. Device. Clean as need be with the triple. Hypex, Desert Eagle gets away from him as well. That is Astralis, 3 rounds from OT.
I mean, love the way that Astralis handled that situation throughout all their utility, especially the early stuff really just impacted so many players on Apogee. And they didn't want to overcomplicate that. It's just press B, delay, then attack. So it's a close game, but it's a game where it's Apogee, their T side is very rarely have they decided to start middle. Instead, they just, it feels like they're a little bit insecure about their T side game plan. There have been a couple of fakes in there. Some of them have maybe been too complicated for what's necessary. If they scrap in the middle enough times versus Astralis, I think that's where Astralis are the ones who are actually going to be the most scared. It's almost one of those situations where they want to be brave enough to default. Five map is, I mean, I think it's a little obvious, but I feel like you have to take mid this round instead of calling an extremity hit again.
They send Jacob to it alone. Smoke inside of cave that keeps down in the first chamber. Prism takes a ton of damage on the approach though. Knocking on the door of this B bomb site, and with nothing out towards middle, we start to see Astralis kind of scrambling again in red room. Which direction do they head? Because they don't have confirmation outer A. Oh, Stound's gonna take a bunch of damage in between those two bouts of fire. Boost up from Device, missed chance, but obviously contact made outside this B site. Do they full commit?
I don't know. I think Apogee know that the rotations have come over, and they didn't have mid in the beginning. They got to be careful because they used a lot of utility. And now 1 late rotation. So here's where you could, yeah, I would go back. If you make some presence now, like you're just trying to get them to make one more bad move.
Which they've done.
Yeah. Well,
3 players up inside A site.
Now this next kills everything. Stout saved the day a couple times here on the CT side.
Lowered health because of the util. Demo gets the kill. There's the second one out through red room, so even your extremity starts to work. Pressure here on Stair. Pressure on Astralis. Oh, he takes his time trying to get more from it, but Apogee's mid-round decision seems to have been the key. The final round of the series queued up as Apogee come through from the European closed qualifier. Shocking result versus MongolZ yesterday. Apologies, Apogee. We were not aware of your game. 2 huge scalps and 2 chances to strike deep in Bucharest for playoffs.
Turns out beating tier 1 teams at LAN's pretty easy. All you have to do is just turn up and play your game.